What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video today. First, we're going to start out with, I guess, congratulating Vitality on another victory. I mean, if you watched this grand finals, these guys' C games, Vitality's C game literally can beat anybody. They didn't practice at all before coming to this event, and then they play. They almost lose the G2, and then they come back from an 11-0 deficit on Nuke in the grand finals against Navi. And it was just insane to see then to sweep Navi. As you can see here, they sweep Navi to win their 5th title in a row for Blast Rival Season 1. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, they were down 1-11 at the half and then come back and then win 16-12. And then the Anubis was also pretty good, but then obviously Vitality won, and then the Dust 2. These guys aren't really losing on Dust 2 except a foot with a coach for some reason, but what are you going to do? We've already glazed them enough. These guys look completely unstoppable. Nobody's really going to be able to beat them for now. Talk about that later. We're going to talk about the two next tournaments that are going to be going on at basically the same time. But yeah, Vitality win Blast Rivals 2026 Season 1, and Zywoo robbed his teammates of another MVP. This guy has so many MVPs. This guy's insane. Every single tournament, he just pops off. He does something insane to help them win. Literally greatest player of all time. What are you going to do about it? With all of that out of the way, our first tournament we're going to be looking at, and we're also going to go back to after this next tournament we talked about, or the next two tournaments we talk about, sorry. The first one's going to be PGL Astana 2026. This is the tournament to watch out of the two that are going to be going on at the same time, this and IEM Atlanta, because this is pretty stacked, to be honest. You have Furia, who are on a downtrend. They are not looking good at all. I mean, they lost to FaZe, right? This is kind of crazy. The new FaZe that no one believed in, but FaZe Magic. So who knows, man? But yeah, we have Furia, then we have Aurora, then we have Falcons, Spirit, Paravision, Mongols, Maus and Mongols we have not seen in a very long time. Actually, Paravision, Mongols, and Maus we have not seen in a long time. And Maus now have JL and Zelex from the Maus Academy team, and Exertion is going to be IGLing as well. Mongols stayed the same, Paravision stayed the same. Then we have G2, who did not have the greatest tournament in Blast Rivals, but hopefully they can come back and step it up. Then they have 9Z, Monty, who are kind of on the uptrend. They've been making some noise down in the tier 2 world down there, and I'm really hoping they can maybe come up here and do some good, maybe make it to the playoffs. I think this is an 8-team playoff, I believe. So yeah, this is an 8-team playoff. So maybe we could see Monty. Heroic are still here with Youngstar as the Opera. Alcarin in his home country, he's not even playing. But I mean, they better just stick it out with Heroic until after the major, to be honest. Or sorry, with Youngstar until after the major, and then make a move or do whatever they want to do, because if he's not coming back for PGL Astana, he's not coming back, hopefully not coming back for the major, but I guess we'll have to find out. Then we have Gentlemates, who, I mean, this is a good team, man. They can also make some noise if they come out hot in this tournament, but we will see. AW from Paravision, who got replaced by Zwei, he is in this tournament with a team called Magic, never heard him before. Fisher College is here, college team, which is crazy. K27, and then the Huns. Controlas is back, which is honestly kind of funny. I really hope he actually does pretty decent here and kind of shows that it wasn't just a little stint on the Mongols. But again, we'll have to see. So yeah, PGL Astana 2026 is going to start on the 9th, so it's going to be in a couple days here soon. And I'm really excited for this one. There's a lot of new storylines. I mean, Falcons, they have Karrigan now, right? We're going to see a new Maus. We're going to be able to see the Mongols and Paravision back again in a tournament, and maybe we can see Fury on an uprise, or maybe they don't even make it to the playoffs, but they'll probably make it to the playoffs. But going to be very interesting to see how Furia can do in, I mean, honestly, a tournament where they are ranked the highest, but no, I don't think anyone's really expecting Furia to win this one right now. It's honestly either between Spirit or Falcons for me, but we'll come back to this later because I want to move on to the next tournament. Is going to be IEM Atlanta 2026. And to be honest, when we look at the teams, this isn't a fun one to watch. This is probably going to be the least watched one out of the three that we're going to be talking about here. First, we have Vitality, who just came off a victory, as we said. Then we have Na'Vi, who are probably going to be trying to fight to win a tournament against these guys, to be honest. But again, I just don't know if anyone's going to beat them, even if they're not practicing, which they're going on vacation right now until this tournament. So I don't know how warm they're going to be, but they also just won one. Who knows? We're going to have to see. And Astralis is back, and I'm going to be curious to see how these guys can do after their sort of not great tournament that they just had. Then Foot is back, hopefully with Lonks. I'm pretty sure Lonks is back. I'm pretty sure I heard the news that he is going to be traveling to IEM Atlanta, or maybe he's already here. But yeah, hopefully he can come back and do some good work in this tournament. Maybe try and punch up, maybe beat Astralis or Na'Vi, maybe make it to the grand finals against a Vitality, but we will have to wait and see. Then we have FaZe is back. I'm really excited to see how these guys can do after their fun little stint that they just had and see if they can carry that over into a new tournament, completely new setting and everything like that. But again, have to wait and see. Then we have Gamer Legion, we have Bait, Legacy, M80. I hope these guys do good, man. As an NA boy, I hope these guys can do something in this tournament, make it to a playoff, maybe fight against a good team. Who knows? Then we have Bet Boom, Liquid is back as well, NRG, Sinners, Pain, Passion UA with SDY. We'll have to see how SDY does on this team. And then Simple is back, and Senzu is on BC Game with Simple. And then the BC Game analyst Skrunk is going to be IGLing. I don't have any faith in this team. Maybe they can beat a Pain or a Sinners or an Energy. I don't know, just with some firepower, but I just don't see these guys doing anything this tournament, to be completely honest. And their first game is against Vitality. It's not looking the greatest over here. It's not looking the greatest. So, and then the last tournament we're going to be talking about before I want to go back to PGL Astana is going to be the CAC CS Asian Championships 2026. Going to be Falcons, Paravision, Mongols, Maus again with that new team, and Falcons is going to have Karrigan as well, obviously. 3D Max is back, Bait is back, Legacy, M80, Tyloo, Liquid, Energy, MIBR, NIP with Staven as Opper. We got to remember that. That's going to be a fun one to watch as well in a decent tournament for them, at least. Pain, Lin Vision is back, and BC Game is here as well. This is going to be a little fun tournament. I don't know who is going to win this tournament. I feel like we have to wait for PGL Astana to make an assessment about how this Falcons team and how this Maus team is going to go. But should be a little fun tournament. Maybe some upsets here and there. Maybe things get crazy in the group stage. We'll have to wait and see. No games are out yet. It starts on the 20th, so little ways away. But yeah, I do want to go back to PGL Astana because I think this is, out of the two, IEM Atlanta and Astana, this is probably going to be the most watched tournament out of IEM Atlanta and PGL Astana. There's good reasons, right? People want to see if Furia can win in a tournament with these caliber of teams down here. Obviously, you can never count out a Mongols or a Paravision, right? Spirit are looking very good. this new Falcons team might be crazy or they might be the exact same that they were. We do not have to wait long to see Karrigan on Falcons in a Falcons jersey with Nico and Monesi and Kiyasuke and Tessis. I mean, and just putting all of the Falcons hate that people have aside, I'm guilty of it too. I'm not gonna lie, but this is a big reason why people are going to be watching this tournament, right? I mean, I am not putting much pressure on them to win this tournament because I mean they have a new IGL. It's a completely new system. Things are getting rearranged, and when you have a team like Spirit, right, and a team like Paravision, anything really can happen. And Falcons have not been good against those two teams specifically, and especially if Furia can get out of this little rut that they're in and try and make something of this tournament because this could be a very good tournament for them. They could get some very good reps before the major, and they could try and beat really good teams that they're most likely going to be facing in the major as well. So this is the tournament where I think if they do good, they'll probably be pretty set for the major, but if they do bad, I'm counting them out of the major. I do not think they're going to go very far. They might make it to quarters. I don't think they're going to make it to semis if they do not do good in this tournament. This tournament is very big for these teams because if Spirit do good and if Spirit win, and Spirit are my favorites to win this tournament, to be honest. But again, we have to wait and see how Falcons do. If Spirit win this tournament, I am very concerned with Hallie on this team. Sotfik is giving these guys freedom to put more pressure on themselves to dictate the pace of the game and dictate the game in general and how they play. You have to question if Hallie still deserves a spot on this team, which is might be harsh, but I don't think it really is. They were not having a good track record with this team as Hallie is the coach until Sotfik came in and started coaching this team and gave them a lot more leeway to have more responsibility on themselves. And you could see that Tanir and Magix were doing very good. Donk took a back seat. That probably hurt him a little bit, but just to see Tanir and Magix do and looking comfortable, I think that says a lot. And I think that maybe it shouldn't get Hallie nervous because it is Hallie, but it should get people thinking like maybe we should try and do something else here because if Hallie comes back and it doesn't work and they do not look good at the major, then there has to be some things said and there has to be some meetings had basically. Maybe not insane moves. Maybe Hallie doesn't step down as coach, but things have to be said if that happens. And maybe he takes a little step back. Who knows? We'll have to see. And then we have Aurora. I just don't think this team is going to do very much. I don't know how Zentaris' hand is. I don't know how much it's going to affect him. But with these caliber of teams, I do not think there's enough room for Aurora to kind of show off, I guess, and make a deep run. But I just don't think that's really going to happen, especially with this caliber of teams. I mean, Mongols are going to come back refreshed. Maybe they practiced, maybe they didn't. They definitely went home. So I wouldn't be surprised if I heard Mazinho or Cobra Zero say, yeah, we just didn't practice until 2 days before the tournament when we arrived. And Paravision is definitely cooking up some stuff and going to have it. This is going to be the tournament where especially Dustin wants to win because this is it's in his home country, right? Dastana. That's going to be the whole thing, Dastana, right? I think Paravision are definitely going to come out hot and really try and show that this is the tournament that they can definitely win. I would love to see a Spirit or a Falcons final or a Spirit and Paravision final, sorry. And I'm just really curious to see how these guys do. Then we go into Mouse, who the crazy nobody knows how this team is going to go. You cannot put this up on a piece of paper. You cannot draw this out. We haven't seen JL in a bit. It's been what, a month now or something like that. And then Zershin going to IGL and then bringing up their academy player Zelix again into basically a completely new team, just to see how much this team can do, because it's probably going to be fun. They're probably not going to have a lot of pressure. JL's gonna be cracking some jokes. Torgy's probably gonna be doing it with him. Spinks is probably gonna do it with him too. Those two like to crack jokes as well. I'm just really curious to see how JL can fit into this team because ultimately, at the end of the day, these next two tournaments for JL are the tryouts to see if he makes the cut for Maus because this is probably the team he's going to go to if this works out because Maus need to do something else, obviously, because Jimmy's gone and then Roland's probably going to be gone after this, and then maybe they get a new IGL. Who knows? Or maybe Exertion stays IGL and they get another hard entry, but we will have to wait and see. Very curious and very hyped to see JL back in the server as well, and especially on a team like Maus. Hopefully, he can have some really good firepower, add some good firepower to this team. Maybe just come back to playing full time, hopefully. Sort of the last team I kind of want to dive into is this G2 team because this G2 team needs something, man. Needs something. I mean, you lost to FaZe, bro. You obviously lost to Vitality. I'm not going to be mad at that, right? But you lost to FaZe. I know the FaZe magic, but man, I don't think this team should be losing to a team like FaZe. And this was close too. This one they honestly could have won this one if they got this Mirage. It was over right as they went to Dust 2, but they could have gotten this Mirage, man. This G2 team, I really want this team to figure it out because when I look at this team, I'm like, yes, dude, this is like a cool team. This is a team everybody can root for, but it's so hard to because they just don't show up how we all think they should, right? But I just can't believe this team isn't making deeper playoff runs, to be honest. Like this team is probably like a quarter, maybe not a semifinals, but they could be a consistent deep run playoff team in my opinion. And it's just so sad to see that they are not doing that and they're doing the complete opposite and they're just choking. It's really annoying. It's really frustrating. It's heartbreaking because I want this team to do well. It's a very cool team that I think everybody can honestly get into and love. There's a lot of history with all of the players. So I do hope they can make a good run here. And I think this is the tournament to show to themselves and to everybody else, all the other teams and the fans as well, that they can make the deep runs. Vitality and Navi are not here. So I feel like this is honestly, it's like that for all of these teams, to be honest. This is a really important one. And especially for I'd say these four, these four can maybe do some upsets. I think Maus are gonna be very easy to upset. G2 is probably really easy to upset, as we just talked about. I think if Falcons don't do what everyone expects them to do at this tournament, I think they could be upset in the playoffs. We know how they are in the playoffs, right? Aurora as well. I mean, Furia, I mean, almost all of these teams, I genuinely think could get upset by these four. Maybe not these four, but definitely these four teams are very capable of upsetting any of these teams, which is, I think, the reason a lot of people are going to be watching this tournament because this is going to be a very fun tournament to watch, and there's going to be at least one upset. There has to be. When we look at the games, Aurora versus Heroic, I would probably give it to Aurora. Their firepower is just a lot better. I think they're just a lot better structured and a lot better players than the Heroic team, even though I love the Heroic team. Youngstar is probably my favorite player, to be honest. G2 versus Fisher College. I'm going to go G2 here. I would love to see if Fisher College do something here, but I don't think this is the game that they're going to do it. Maus versus M80, I think this has upset potential, to be completely honest. M80 could really come out hot. These guys are a very hot and cold team, and if they can really jump out the gate, hit the ground running, and just go hard, I think these guys can be able to make an upset or at least make it close enough to make it look like there is upset potential, right? Then we have Mongols and Magic. I don't think Mongols are going to lose to Magic. I'm going to be completely honest. Falcons and was this K27? Is that their name? Yeah, K27. I don't know. Oh, Fame's on this team. That's right. Fame is on this team. Man, that's crazy, bro. That's so crazy to see. Major winner on a team not a lot of people have heard of. 36 Valve on the VRS, 56 in the world rankings. So the Falcons are probably going to beat these guys. Spear are probably going to beat Huns. This could be a good one. Monty versus Furia, because I did not know about Monty until I believe it was the major. And these guys showed up, and I've been watching a couple of their games in the tier 2 scene, and they've been messing it up, man. They've been doing really good. Um, if I were Furia, I wouldn't just go into this match and just say like, yeah, this is whatever, bro. We're gonna win this. Let's just move on to whoever we're gonna face next. These guys can be tested against Monty. Furia could really be tested against Monty, and I'm really excited to see what they can do. Paravision versus 9Z. I do think Paravision are just the better team, to be completely honest. I think Paravision is just going to kind of walk through this, go 1-0. But I'm really excited for this tournament. I love tournaments like this where it's like you don't just know who the clear winner is. Vitality and Navi aren't here, right? And if Vitality or Navi are at a tournament, it's going to be a good tournament, I think. Or if Navi and Vitality aren't at a tournament, it's going to be a good tournament because if either of those two teams are at a tournament, you kind of already know the outcome. But there's a lot of storylines in this tournament, so I'm really excited to see who wins. Let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to win IEM Atlanta? Probably going to be Vitality, but let me know anyways. And then also let me know who is going to win PGL Astana 2026. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. I hope you have a great day, night, evening, whatever. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.